China's TB-001 long-endurance reconnaissance and attack drone flight puts Japan on high alert in East China Sea. Japan scrambled fighter jets after a Chinese Y-9 intelligence aircraft and TB-001 reconnaissance attack drone operated along its southwestern approaches on August 18, 2026, according to Japan's Ministry of Defense and Joint Staff. The pairing matters because it combines manned intelligence collection with a long-endurance unmanned platform capable of supporting reconnaissance and potential strike missions around the strategically vital Ryukyu Island chain. The TB-001 extends China's ability to maintain surveillance over contested approaches while potentially identifying targets and supporting follow-on strikes without exposing crewed aircraft to the same level of risk. Operating it alongside a Y-9 points to a broader ISR strike pattern that could strengthen China's ability to monitor Japanese and allied movements, build targeting data, and sustain pressure across the East China Sea. On August 18, 2026, Japan scrambled air self-defense force fighters after detecting a Chinese Y-9 intelligence gathering aircraft and a TB-001 reconnaissance attack unmanned aerial vehicle operating over the East China Sea along Japan's southwestern approaches. The activity extended from waters west of Nagasaki Prefecture toward the approaches to Okinawa, placing the mission inside one of East Asia's most strategically sensitive air and maritime corridors. The development was announced by Japan's Ministry of Defense through its official Mod Japan JP account and subsequently detailed in an official Joint Staff event summary, which confirmed that JSDF fighters conducted scrambles to monitor both aircraft. More significant than the individual encounter is the emerging combination of persistent unmanned reconnaissance, potential long-range strike capability, manned intelligence collection, and repeated operations around the Ryukyu Island chain. Japan officially identified the unmanned aircraft as a TB-001 reconnaissance attack UAV, a designation that immediately places the platform beyond the category of a conventional surveillance drone. Developed by Sichuan Tengdan Sci-Tech Innovation, the baseline twin-tailed Scorpion is a twin-engine, modular, medium-altitude, long-endurance unmanned aircraft built around the ability to accommodate different mission payloads. The manufacturer lists a 20-meter wingspan, 2,800 kilogram maximum takeoff weight, maximum endurance of 35 hours, service ceiling of 8,000 meters, maximum speed of 300 kilometers per hour, and 10 kilowatt power supply capacity, while emphasizing modular payload reconfiguration and the integration of diverse mission equipment. The strike element is particularly important because the same basic aircraft family associated with persistent reconnaissance has also been demonstrated in armed configurations. Following the earlier June 12 encounter, Defense Minister Shinjiro Koizumi publicly described the TB-001 as a long-range, long-endurance type reported to be capable of carrying anti-ship and surface-to-surface missiles. Japan's National Institute for Defense Studies provides additional technical context, documenting an armed TB-001 related configuration with 2 underwing hardpoints and an assessed total payload of approximately 1,200 kilograms, and identifying weapons displayed with the aircraft including the C-702K anti-ship missile, CM-500 2 kilograms precision ground attack missile, FT series air-to-surface weapons, and a glide bomb. None of this establishes that the TB-001 photographed near Japan on August 18 was carrying weapons, and maximum endurance should not be assumed to apply simultaneously with maximum weapons load because fuel, sensors, and external stores impose mission trade-offs. It does, however, explain why Japan formally describes the type as reconnaissance attack rather than simply reconnaissance. The TB-001's most strategically important characteristic may be the interaction between persistence and strike potential. A long-endurance unmanned aircraft can remain in a monitored sector far longer than most tactical combat aircraft, allowing operators to observe repeated cycles of activity rather than isolated moments. Over time, that persistence can potentially reveal fighter launch patterns, radar activation sequences, maritime movements, communications behavior, and changes in defensive posture. When combined with an armed configuration, persistence introduces another operational possibility: The aircraft can remain available while waiting for a target to emerge rather than arriving only after one has already been detected. In the maritime domain, this distinction matters because ships are moving targets whose positions can change between detection, classification, targeting, and weapons employment.